Welcome to Gators Daily, presented by Fan Arch. My name is John Ingham, and we are talking Gators football. And tomorrow is the first football game in the John Sumrall era. We share a name. He already won me over, but man, am I excited to watch some John Sumrall Florida Gator football. I've been excited since we got rid of Napier. He tried his best, excited about the hiring of Sumrall, excited about how he brought in his staff, excited about the pitch he made to the players that could have stayed or could have left. We lost Lagway. We kept Ball. We got some transfers. I think 15 out of 17 of our commitments stayed, even after Napier got fired and we hired Sumrall. He was coaching Tulane in the playoffs and coaching us at the same time. He talked about staying up until 2 a.m., 3 a.m., just to get Florida football back on the map, just because he's a Florida Gator. I am so excited that tomorrow we get to watch Florida Gator football again. I know that we played last season. I know that we've been playing for the last 10 years, but I haven't been this excited about a Florida Gator football game in 10 years. And this Florida Gator football game is a spring game, orange and blue game. He said they're going full intensity. He said they're going to go at it. So let's talk about a few things that we want to look for. Number one, number two, and number three, quarterback. Who's going to win the starting spot? We've got Tramel Jones Jr. and we've got Aaron Philo. Philo knows the offense. He worked with Buster Faulkner. He's got a little bit more experience. Sumrall talks about his arm talent. He can make every throw. He can drop back. He's sound. He's consistent. I love that. And then he talks about Tramel Jones, and he says he's got a quiet confidence. He says he's got a swagger about him. He says he's got an ability to lead. When I hear Sumrall talk about a guy's character, you know Sumrall likes him. Sumrall coaches character. Sumrall coaches toughness. Sumrall coaches intensity. So for him to be praising Tramel Jones in the way that he was, that gets me excited about Tramel Jones. He's also been a Gator. I've watched him play in a Florida Gator football jersey. I'm a homer. I'm a little biased. Sue me. I'm excited about Tramel Jones. But if Faulkner's more excited about Philo, Faulkner's running the offense, not me. If he thinks he can run his offense, if he thinks he's going to be better, then I love that. But let's talk about it. Don't just watch completions. Are they 8 for 9 or 2 for 7 or whatever? Tebow had a game in as a Denver Bronco where he was 2 for 19 and they won the football game. So I'm looking at different things. What happens when they get blitzed? What happens when the play breaks down? What happens when the offensive line misses a block? Who's going to be able to escape? Who's going to be able to do the quick read? Is anyone adjusting pre-snap? Are they changing the play? What do they look like up here? What do they look like in their head? How do they think? How do they handle that pressure? How do they make decisions under pressure? And who takes care of the football? We got rid of the football like we didn't even want it at times last year, especially from the quarterback position. So who's going to take care of it? And Aaron Philo has the system familiarity. So he's going to be able to break down plays. He's going to know where the first and second read are. He knows this offense a lot better than Tramel Jones, or at least he should. So how does he operate at the line of scrimmage? Is he given more freedom at the line of scrimmage than Tramel Jones? Is he allowed to mess with things? Is Tramel Jones also allowed to mess with things? Are they in command? Are they in charge of the offense? Do the receivers and offensive linemen respect them? Do they look like they're the leaders? Because on defense, you can lead from multiple positions. We've had many different positions to be the leader on the defensive side of the football. I mean, Earl Everett, linebacker. You had Reggie Nelson from corner. You've had edge rushers. I mean, all the way back to the days of Alex Graham, and all these big guys that controlled the defense and dictated the defense from wherever they were. Joe Hayden would shut off an entire side of the field. But on offense, it's one player. It's the same player on every team. It's the quarterback. Are they a leader? And that's what gets me excited about Tramel Jones, is that it seems like he already has those characteristics. He already has the leadership traits, the coachability traits, the confidence, the swagger. And so are we going to see that? But is he going to be able to look at his second read, do a check down, all the things that you need your quarterback to do? I trust him to lead the offense. I trust him to lead the players. I trust him to get everybody fired up. But is he going to make the plays, and is he going to prevent mistakes? I mean, it's close. I think Tramel Jones has a higher ceiling. I think Tramel Jones could make us a better team if he's playing well. But I also appreciate the consistency and security of a guy that knows the offense. So obviously these questions aren't going to be answered tomorrow. We're going to find out a little bit closer. Is one of these guys going to go take the job? They've both been doing first rep drills. They've both been splitting them. So is someone going to go out there and take the job? Is someone going to go out there and say, this is mine until I give it up? Because that's how good I've been. That's what I'm looking for. I'm hoping someone to go out and just say, this is me. This is my team. This is my offense. Come and get it. And I'm open to the competition. But at the same time, I want to be the quarterback of this team. I believe I can lead this team. And we have high aspirations. We're not talking playoffs next year. It's Summerall's first year. But we are talking about an above 500 record. How far the mighty Gators have fallen. 7 wins, 8 wins is a must. You can't be Napier. 9 wins, 10 wins. That's 11 wins. Those are Florida standards. I'm not expecting us to be there next year, but can we make steps in that direction? And do they throw picks? And are the picks bad throws? Are the picks defensive plays? Are the picks tips, drops? Were the routes bad? But if a quarterback's throwing the ball in danger, if a quarterback's throwing it into triple coverage, if a quarterback is throwing the deep ball even though there's safety coverage over the top, if the quarterback is throwing to his first guy every time, we've got problems, you know? One of these guys could easily play their way out of it. I don't see that happening. I think it's the other way. But there's an old saying, if you've got 2 quarterbacks, you've got no quarterbacks. So I'm operating under the assumption that we do not have a starting quarterback yet, and that one guy is going to have to go take that role. That's the thing I'm most excited about for the spring game, is who's going to go take that role. Who's going to go say, this is my team, sort of plant the flag. And by the end of the game tomorrow, someone's going to have played better. Someone's going to have operated better. Someone's going to look better. And all of Gator fans are going to see. All of Gator fans are going to be able to see it. Right now, we can't really see it. It's sort of hidden by the staff, by the practice. He's splitting reps. Tomorrow we're going to be able to see. Is Tramel Jones lightning when he escapes from the pocket? Maybe things break down all the time because our offensive line isn't set yet, and it's better to have Tramel Jones running around like a crazy man back there because it creates a second level of play. I don't know, but that's QB. Now let's talk about some of the other stuff that we're going to be looking out for tomorrow. Who else is going to stand out on offense? You know, watching the offense move. Are we going to be moving forward? Are there going to be big chunk plays, or is it going to be a dink and duck style? Our Florida football offense is gone. The pro system, the I formation, Buster Faulkner is different. He's implementing something different, and tomorrow's our first look at it. And what I've loved about the conversations around Faulkner so far is the emphasis on creativity, the emphasis on inconsistency, the emphasis on mixing things up so the defensive coordinator is always on their toes. Which quarterback is going to be able to handle that better? Great question. And then, is it changing? Is he doing some up-tempo? Which quarterback is he doing the up-tempo with? Which quarterback is he allowing more freedom to, if either? I'm not an offensive coordinator. I would imagine this is the perfect game with no consequences to ask them to do everything you want them to do and see where they don't step up to the plate, see where they don't stand up. Tomorrow is not the day to set them up for success. Tomorrow is a day to test them, to find out which receivers run the best routes, to find out which running backs are going to block for the pass, to find out which left tackle can protect the blind side, to find out which tight end, including the big boy freshman, which tight end is going to stand out. I'm excited to watch Florida football again. And then the receivers, you know, Singleton, VB3, Stockton, all of them, Mays. These guys are going to get the ball in space. They're going to get the ball often. Which quarterback can simply take the ball, put it in the skill position's hands? Jaden Ball. Is he going to get space? Is he going to get a lot of carries? I don't want him to get a ton of carries, but I do want to see him run. I want to see the offensive line protect him. I want to see his patience. I want to see his agility. And then Vernell Brown, I want to see that he's healthy. I want to see that all these guys are healthy. But what is he doing? Is ball blocking? Is ball catching the ball out of the backfield? Can we get some screen passes to him? What is their intensity? What is their engagement like? And is Dallas Wilson going to play at all? Is Dallas Wilson going to get snaps? I'm going to watch every single route. He's beautiful to watch. And is he healthy? Can he go? Wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't play. I hope he does. I want to see everyone out there. I'm really excited to put names on the backs of jerseys and go out and hit people and watch and have the swamp full. And I'm just really excited to see the energy and the effort. And because we have a new coach, that comes with a lot of new energy, that comes with a lot of new hope. But man, this guy's bringing it in spades. Talking about having former players, former coaches on the sideline, saying they haven't seen practices work like this in years. It's just beautiful stuff. I mean, watch some of the videos from reporters and journalists that are going to practices, that are watching the team play, and they're like, where has this been? I've never seen practices run this efficiently. I've never seen practices run this quickly. And they're just excited. They're excited about what we're going to do. And then same thing on the other side of the ball. Miles Graham, he's been held back. Non-contact jersey. Tomorrow he gets unleashed. What is he going to be like? Can his intensity that he brings bleed through to the rest of the team? Brendan Bett on the defensive line. How physical is he? Is he setting the tone? Can he attract double and triple teams to free up some of the other guys? Can we be creative in how we use him and how we take advantage of what he has to bring? Ben Hanks, Cormani McLean, the corners, as Brad White's defense is built from the back up, how are the corners going to play? How many islands is he going to leave those guys on? And then Kanye Clark, the safety, the little chihuahua, as Sumrall will call him. Watch his energy. Is he playing nickel? Is he playing in free space? Is he playing over the top? He plays bigger than his size. He's not a big guy, but can he tackle? Can he show it? And then again, I talked about him yesterday, Jeremiah McLeod, huge guy, big, loud, full of energy, making plays. One of my favorite things on defense, Brandon Spikes would do this a lot, run around, point, you there, watch the line. Like the quarterback at the pre-snap, what are you doing? Come up. Who's leading the defense? One thing that Summerall's emphasized, and I've emphasized, is this is a player-led program. This is no longer about the coach. This is about the players. He's empowering the players. Which players are going to take that on? Which players are going to lean into that? Which players are going to get excited about that? Which players are going to attack? Which players are going to take it from themselves and go for it? Which players are going to make it happen? I'm excited to see. I'm excited to be impressed. I'm excited to just watch with awe. Then go back and break it down a little bit, but just what is catching my feelings? I'm going to be so excited to watch it. And then finally, this leads me to the bigger picture. It's not necessarily about who wins the QB battle. I think both will be great. It's not necessarily about what the defense or offense does or what the score is. What's the bigger picture? Do we look like a winning program? Do we look like a football team again? Do we look tough and physical? Do we have a ton of energy? Summerall has been preaching energy, effort all spring, all winter. Is that going to show? What is the 50th play like versus the first? The first 10, 12 plays are going to be high intensity. They're going to be intense. I'm expecting a few mistakes. But then once the game settles down, who can still pick it up? On 3rd and 2 in the third quarter, who can make a play? Who can bring that intensity? The swamp's going to be excited. And the beautiful thing about the swamp, we get it. We are smart. So we stand up to and respond to effort, high intensity plays, big plays. You make a big effort play, even if the guy gets a first down, we're cheering you. So can we build on that? And if he's talking about intensity and effort, that's going to feed right into this program overall. The fans, watch how players respond to making mistakes. Are they going to jump back in? Do they believe in themselves? Are they okay making mistakes knowing that it's just an opportunity to get better? And this is a player-led culture. So you see it a lot, especially in basketball, because you can see their faces. A player misses a shot, and teammates will go up and lift their chin up. When someone makes a bad play, which teammates are going up, picking the other guy's chin up? Which teammates are going and being supportive and being excited about him? Another thing I'm excited is, what the heck is Summerall going to be doing? What is he going to look like? Who is he going to be coaching? Is he going to be excited if a defender makes a pick? Is he going to be excited if a defender gets burned and we get a touchdown? What is he going to be looking at? What is he going to be caring about? Who is Summerall as a coach? I didn't get to watch him a lot at Tulane. I watched a few games, the playoff game, but the focus even then, I was already biased. What does he look like? What is he emphasizing? Who is he talking to? Does he go on the sideline and punch people in the side of the arm and say, let's get this? Is he a leader? Is he pumping people up? I'm excited to see that. We're going to learn a lot about this program and where we are moving forward by watching Summerall and by watching this spring game. And if you can't tell, and I know you are too, I am so excited that Florida football is back. I am so excited that we get to watch football again. And I don't just mean back from 5 months ago. I mean back. I feel like Florida has a chance to put themselves back on the map of college football. Sarkisian did it with Texas really quickly. Signetti did it with Indiana really quickly. You got to spend money, but a coach and a culture goes a long, long way. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see what he has to say. I'm excited to watch his interview after. I'm excited to break it down. And next week on Monday, we'll talk about it. The spring has been even better than I hoped it would be. He's firing me up. If you can't tell, I'm fired up. Staff's doing and saying the right things. The players seem to be bought in. We're going to find a lot about that tomorrow. There's a standard being set. There is a Florida Gator football standard, and it's finally back. We haven't had it for a while, and we're going to have it. And I will be the first to admit, if Summerall's not it, if we're wrong, I drank the Kool-Aid, I was burned. It'll be hard to buy into another one again. But I got a feeling this guy's going to do it. Enjoy the game. Enjoy the big plays. Enjoy watching. And we'll be back Monday with a breakdown. So subscribe and follow, and we'll be talking Gators all summer long.